Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Mr. Muskie Charters, offering full-service guided fishing trips for walleye, muskie, bass, and sturgeon on Lake St. Clair and the Detroit and St. Clair rivers. Booking information is online at mrmuskiecharters.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Olson and we've got an all-new show for you this week. Jordan and I will take you to the UP all the way over to the Keweenaw Peninsula for some ice fishing for pike on Portage Lake. You won't want to miss that story. And then we'll head back downstate over to the east side, stop into a gun shop and get some tips on how to clean your muzzleloader if it's gotten out of control. Before we get to that, Jimmy has another exciting story for us too.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have one more story on this week's show. We're going to head below the bridge to our largest inland lake, Houghton Lake. And even though the ice conditions vary around the state of Michigan right now, there's still some decent ice on Houghton Lake. I was able to get out with some guys. It was pretty much their last trip of the year. You won't want to miss that. And our show is a little bit shortened this week, about 5 or 6 minutes short, because our PBS stations are pledging right now. So make sure you pledge early and pledge often. Make sure you stay tuned because we've got a jam-packed show. It's all brand new. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream. It's the love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse. Offering a variety of meat products, Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 and M53, just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen. By Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Michigan-based Vanguard has manufactured optics, hunting packs, and accessories for over 30 years. Discover all of our most recent innovations at vanguardworld.us.
We are just outside of Chassell, Michigan, on Portage Lake doing some ice fishing. Our game plan today is hopefully to hook into a couple nice pike. Right now we're fishing in what they call Pike Bay. A lot of pike in here this time of the year, getting ready for spawning. So they're starting to come into this bay, and hopefully if everything goes good, we'll get in a couple nice ones for you guys today. On this one we're going to be using schmelt instead of live baits, and we came up with a different setup than what the normal ones you buy. This is a hoop, 60-pound fluorocarbon, and it allows, I'll show you as I'm putting it on. The first hook goes right between the eyes, and you're going to take the line and go underneath the schmelt. And the second hook comes right like so. Now this you can adjust because it's free spinning and get it to where it's nice and straight. What happens then, because this line is around it, it doesn't matter where the pike bites it. If he bites it here, 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 when you set the hook, and I'll take this off and I'll show you what happens. When you set the hook on that pike, you pull it and these hooks come together onto the pike. Compared to the traditional ones that just have the two separate lines and they're not really, that second hook really isn't doing much if he doesn't bite into it.
Well, Things are a little slow in the fishing department so far this morning, but things are going really well in the breakfast department. We've had a couple of false alarms on the flags with nothing there, but Jason just got done whipping up this awesome breakfast in his heated shanty over here, so we're having a great time. We're working on our base tan. Spring break is not too far away, and we got some good sun out here, so gonna need sunscreen pretty soon, Jordan.
Well, the unseasonably warm temperatures had the fish turned off most of the morning, but as the afternoon approached, we started having a little better luck.
This lake, what we try to do is find, foliage that's, lasted throughout the fall and winter. Right here where we're fishing, it's a big point that comes out. It's a drop off that goes from about 4 feet to 20 feet within about 10 yards. We're fishing that drop off because the crappie are congregated in there. And the crappie bring in the bigger fish, pike and walleye, so that's why we target these areas. For new people coming out, you kind of look for those points. You look for those areas on the land where it jets out in the water, because typically the structure in the water follows the land. Portage Lake, it's really unique because we're connected to Lake Superior on both sides of the lake. So because of that, we get a lot more, bait fish coming in, a lot more bigger fish from Lake Superior. It's fairly common, for us to see 40-inch pike in here. It's just the habitat is really good for it. Especially ice fishing, we get them coming in for spawning and stuff. It's just overall an excellent fishery. Big runs.
Fish.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Well, it's been kind of slow. We had 7 flags as our first fish, so hopefully it starts getting better. Nice small one to get things started, but it's a beautiful day, so can't complain about that.
After a long day on the ice, we were getting ready to start packing up our gear when a flag went up. We were all hopeful this would be the pike we had been looking for.
All right, they're gonna let me try again. 7th time's got to be a charm.
Hold on.
All right. Ooh!
There you go. Grab it and set the hook. Now, if he wants to go, let him go.
So far, he's coming.
Does it feel pretty decent?
I get, yeah. I mean, it feels bigger than the chubs that have been on there for me so far. Boy, there's a lot of ice down there.
I'll let him run if he wants to go. You don't want to force him.
I mean, I don't know. He's not pulling really hard or
Okay,
anything.
well then you're fine.
I just worry about the bottom of the hole. Oh, oh, he's fighting a little. Let him take it when he's pulling hard like
when
that?
he wants to pull, you let him go. Use your fingers kind of like a drag.
It's a big one.
Watch your fingers. Just let him go.
This is awesome.
Don't force him too much.
All right.
Plus, you think, inches?
I don't want to give him slack though, do I?
No, don't give him slack, but if he wants to run.
We've seen him a couple times now. Had him right at the hole, but he's wanting to fight. There's the leader. Whenever I see the leader, get him right up here and he takes off again. There's the leader.
Okay, nice
I
and easy.
see him.
Nice and easy.
Woo! Awesome! Get him out of the sunshine.
Yep.
There you go. Got one.
That's cool. What about
That's,
that? Finally, huh? We got
Yeah.
a nice big one. Well, thanks, Jason. Man, we were literally just packing up. We have to get out of here and get over to our next shoot, and we were just putting the stuff in the sleds and getting ready to get out of here, and they said flag up. I'm like, okay, 7th time's got to be a charm, right? I ran up to
37 and a half.
37.5 inches.
Beautiful fish.
Awesome. Jason. Thank you so much.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Nice job. Nice
Man, it
job.
was a long wait for that one, but that was so much fun.
And worth it too.
Very cool.
Nice
Yep.
job.
Thank you.
See, 8 times the charm.
Whew. I was scared I was going to lose that one. Came up to the whole 3 different times.
Although it took some patience, we finally landed a big northern on Portage Lake. Compared to most of Jason's trips, this was a slow day on the ice, but when it's 50 degrees and sunny, in the middle of February, it's pretty hard to complain. Special thanks to Jason for a great day on the hard water, way up north, here in Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
Just last week, I was able to hit Houghton Lake for some midweek ice fishing. And let me tell you, the conditions were pretty rough. Fog, rain, sleet, it was pretty nasty. But we had the day picked, so you go anyways. I was joining a group of guys. One was John Rieger, a guy who has fished this water his whole life.
Pretty much been coming out here since I was a little kid and moved up here in 94 when I was in about 6th grade when I was 12. Been fishing up here with my grandpa since I could be in a boat catching fish sitting on the floor with him. I remember catching my first walleye out here. And we've been fishing out here for years, ice fishing, me and my brother out here every day. We come out here and people always, say, hey, my friends are coming up. You want to come out and fish with us? And we always take people out there, they give us money for gas and do it, just to do it for fun. And I just love taking people fishing. So we decided last year, I'm like, we'll start taking people. So we put it on there and, put some stuff on ads on Craigslist and stuff to see if people want to come fishing with us. And then so that I created a Facebook page and doing it and started getting more into it. And this year just exploded. And we're out here almost 4 to 5 days a week. And just, it's insane. We take so many people and we have a blast.
The fishing was a little slow, but you know what? The flags are starting to go on this rainy morning on the water. What are the restrictions here on this lake?
There's no size limit. The fish can be, what is it? You can keep one over 24 and 4 under 20. So,
good deal.
Yeah, the lake's really overrun. I think the last time I was up here, we had over 100 flags, and we couldn't even jig hardly. There were so many flags popping. We caught. I got tired of looking at pike, to be honest with you.
Wow.
It's fun.
It was pretty interesting to hear from John that most of his customers here on Houghton Lake are a lot of out-of-state folks coming here to ice fish.
People come all the way from Indiana, Ohio. We have people come from Illinois. The people have come from New York. We have people, half of our people are from out of state. We bring tons of people into this town. It's a low-income town, and we bring a lot of people here to the businesses, to the local stores. We bring everybody here to the restaurants. I mean, it's a good thing for not just us, it's a good thing for our whole community.
How's it feel?
Feels good.
I see some. Yeah.
There we go.
About the same size as that last one, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Nice fish. Got some action out here today anyway.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a good eater.
Houghton Lake.
It's not that uncommon of a story. As I travel the state and talk with a lot of anglers, for some, the idea of taking folks out with them starts to turn into a job. It goes from buddies to friends of friends, and soon enough, you're a fishing guide. It's kind of like that for one of our other anglers out today. Rick Weisner started an Ice Fishing Michigan Facebook page, and it's grown to something quite large over the last 2 years.
Started a Facebook page called Ice Fishing Michigan about 3 years ago. I was just on my couch and I was like, man, it'd be nice just to post some pictures on Facebook of fish you catch and then tell where you caught them if you feel like it, what bait you're using, and so everybody knows where the people are just starting out that need to learn about ice fishing. And in the first year, I had about 500 members, and then starting out for the second year, it increased to about 3,000. October 15th, it was 8,500 members on my page, and now there's over 24,000. And I added about 10,000 in a month and a half.
So that's getting to be like a full-time job for you to manage.
It really is a full-time job, and I do a lot of giveaways and a lot of kids giveaways, or people donate stuff, and I buy all the stuff and just put big packages together.
Rick and his wife love to ice fish, and the amount of great gear that they give away to kids and veterans is really impressive. Their Ice Fishing Michigan page is something anyone can join, and it's a great way to answer questions, find out new places to go, and meet folks that have a similar passion of ice fishing. Thanks to both John and Rick for letting me tag along today. Even though the fishing was a little slow, it was fun to get out and to get to know these guys who are making fishing part of their profession. So whether it's for fun, for work, or whatever, make sure you get out on the ice or soon the soft water and enjoy the many great fishing opportunities we have here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
I think it's safe to say that at one point or another, most of us have forgotten to clean our muzzleloader as soon as the season was over. If that's happened to you, you'll want to make sure and watch this next story. We stopped in with Anson and Judy Morgan at the Knoche Trading Post. Now, they have been in business for 41 years. They have tons of experience in black powder and muzzleloader sports. And Anson's going to give us some tips on how to get rid of some of that stubborn rust and corrosion. He did an hour-long seminar. We're only able to show you a few minutes of it, but it's all good stuff.
We are at Knoche Trading Post, the only muzzleloading shop, true muzzleloading shop left in the state of Michigan. We are located on the 43rd parallel of Avoca, Michigan. The reason that we're here tonight is some of our customers and friends requested that we do a muzzleloading gun cleaning seminar, so that they know how to take care of their guns in the off season.
And your husband Anson's going to be the one?
Anson is going to be helping, or is going to be doing it. He's the expert, and I think our son Don is back there kind of making sure Dad does it right.
All right. How long have you guys been here?
41 years in the business. And we do have some of the lads have brought in their muzzle loaders. They're checking them over back there, and you're going to see what he finds and how he takes care of it.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our Knoche Rifle Spa. That's what they come in here to get the best of treatment. So this gun, one of the people here this evening brought this gun in. I'm used to seeing these quite often because they're very seldom taken care of correctly. What needs to be done with them, they need to be completely tore apart in order to clean them. Otherwise, they're in the condition of this gun here, quite rusty. And the further you go, the worse it gets. But we'll get it all apart. There we go. Now, if this gun come in for me to clean in here, I would now walk over to I have a steam cleaner. I would walk over to the steam cleaner and turn it on, because it's definitely going to need it. It's the only way you get this out, other than setting and let them soak for days. Whew. Yeah. You see down inside that barrel? Neglect that's like this gun has got, and it's going to take a long time to clean it. And soaking it in a good grade of rust inhibitor. This is something I use all the time. Plain old nylon scrubby pads. You cut off a piece about so wide, get a jag, a cleaning jag that is 1 caliber smaller than your barrel, and just put it on there, put some type of a gun cleaner, rust inhibitor, and just scrub the barrel with it. This won't hurt a thing. Now on the outside of a barrel, this will take bluing off. Put a little oil. This is bronze wool. It's just like steel wool, only it's made out of bronze or copper. And see this rust that's right here? You scrub it with that, and the bronze wool will pick up the rust, the extras laying on top. It'll just kind of pick it up and there's a bad spot right there. Yeah. See the difference already, just that little bit. You put some effort into it and it's just like brand new again. And as far as the inside of the barrel, when they're real rusty like this, what I do with them is I get the barrel hot. At home, you're going to run real hot water through it, electric hair dryer, something like that. Get the barrel real warm. Take this stuff here. There's another couple products equal to it. It's got a wax in it. You put it on the cleaning patch, run it in the barrel while the barrel is hot, and it'll melt, and it'll go fill all the little nooks, crooks, and crannies in there, and then let the barrel come to ambient temperature, run another one. When you run the second one, what will happen is you'll coat it all up with this wax. You'll seal all the air or the oxygen away from the oxidizing surface that you have, and it won't rust. Because black powder is designed to be cleaned with soap and water. That's what they had back then. Soap and water cleans black powder, it'll clean 777, it'll clean Pyrex.
As Anson mentioned earlier, he has a pressurized steam cleaner here. His son Don was using it to save lots of time by quickly hitting these corroded, rusty parts with it instead of spending hours soaking and scrubbing them. The steam cleaner pressurizes water at 150 psi and brings it to a temp of 900 degrees. After some important tips from Anson, I checked in with a few youngsters to see what they thought. All right, what'd you guys learn today?
About how to clean a gun.
What's the most important thing you learned? What do you think? One thing.
To clean out the gun. You gotta make sure not to leave your bullets in and put them away, because then you have a big trouble on your hands.
All right. Special thanks to Anson, Judy, and Don Morgan for sharing their decades of knowledge with us all. Muzzleloader season is a rich part of our heritage and something to pass on to the next generations here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you check us out online next time you get a chance. You can do that a couple of different ways on our website at MichiganOutofDoorsTV.com or on our Facebook page at Michigan Out of Doors TV. We're on Facebook letting you know where we are or other fun things that are happening around the state. Speaking of which, this weekend on Saturday, I'll be over in Warren at the Midwest Fly Fishing Expo. That's happening in the southeast part of the state at Macomb Community College in Warren. Stop in and say hi if you're over in the area. Lots of fun things to check out over there. And we have a lot of fun coming your way yet this spring.
Well, that's right, Jenny. So much good happening around the state of Michigan right now as we transition from winter into spring. Coming up in just a couple of weeks, we have Big Buck Night East, Big Buck Night West. Then we're going to be right into April and turkey hunting and spring fishing. Lots of good stuff coming down the pike. So, hey, if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Showspan, producing consumer shows that include the Ultimate Sports Show in Grand Rapids. Over 350 exhibitors, outdoor gear, boats, seminars, Lake Ultimate, and Big Buck Night. The Ultimate Sports Show March 16th through the 19th at the DeVos Place in Grand Rapids. By the Michigan chapters of Safari Club International. For over 40 years, SCI has been protecting hunters' rights and promoting wildlife conservation here in Michigan and around the world. SCI chapter locations can be found on the web at firstformichigan.org. By Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises of Munising, exploring Lake Superior's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. With its sandstone cliffs, caves, waterfalls, and lighthouses, Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises on the web at picturedrocks.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hand.